Hi guys, welcome back to another video on AdminLTE. So today we shall be having another session to go through some other components of AdminLTE, including info cards on the dashboard. And we didn't cover that in our previous video. So today we shall be covering info cards, how to show info cards on the dashboard, how to provide the links, how to encode the links in the info cards, how to fetch data from the database and display it on the count of the info cards. Also, we shall look at how to create reports. You realize that we have a reports menu here, so we have several reports, how to create those reports, how to display them, how to filter. So we are going to do all those things. You can see here we have a filter for this report. You can filter by order date and much more. Also, we have a new feature for creating custom pages. This one here, you're going to create custom pages. So custom pages basically enables you to create pages where you can have, maybe you see like we have a dashboard here that has these things, right? Maybe let's say you want to build another dashboard. You see this one is limited to the user group for this particular logged in user group. So if you go to dashboard builder, you put content and admins top for this group that is logged in, admins top or admins bottom. You are limited to that, so when the user logs in on the dashboard here, they can see this. But let's assume you want to build another page that has some other widgets and code and things you want displayed. At the same time, you want it to be on the menu right here. Like for example, this is our custom page, or you can have another page like this one. You see, you created this one as that has some other things. Like if you go to this one, it's a custom page I created. You see, has nothing. You can put your code in there, and also you can have a custom page that has a link, an external link. Like this one has an external link to the AdminLTE helper library. So if a user clicks on it, it redirects them to the external link, right? So like right here, you see it has taken you to this page here. So we shall see how to do that in this session, right? So it's gonna be an interesting session. I hope the videos are helping you as much as they can to make you understand how to use different things and how to easily implement AdminLTE tutorial. You know, the main intention or the main objective of creating these videos is to make your life easier using AdminLTE tutorial and enjoy the process, and not get stuck doing things or applying it here and there, and you see it's a waste of your money. No. So I also encourage you to if you have features. I see there's some clients who, or some customers who suggest features, and we do implement them, right? So if you have something you see this thing could add value to other users in the community that can be implemented in AdminLTE, you are free to do that, right? So let's dive right in. So the first thing we want to do is we want to create an info card. So an info card basically is something like this card that you see here. These cards that have customers, orders, those are info cards. Products, suppliers, these ones, those are info cards. But these ones are default table info cards. You see your tables, AdminLTE tables, these are theirs. So the only thing we did to them is style them. You see now they look differently, different colors, different style and icons. You can style them. But let's assume you want to create your own custom info cards. Like let's say, for example, right now we want to do two info cards at the top here. One that shows active products and another that shows discontinued products. So you want to see the count of active products, right? You want to see the count of active products. Then it has a link. You see like this one, if you click on it, it takes you to the customers table. But for this one, we want to put a link there, so the filter link. So we will create a filter, save the link, and put it on that info card, so that when you click on it, it shows you the actual data for that filter. So let's get started now. So we want to go to the products table. Let's go to catalog here, products. So what we want to do is you see the yes, discontinued field is here, so you can see the checked or unchecked checkbox here to show discontinued or not discontinued. So they are the ones that are not discontinued, like these ones, we shall call them active products. They're active. The ones that are discontinued, we shall call them discontinued products. So the first thing we want to do is run a query here to can just just run a query to see what we get, right? To see what we get from that. So basically we just want to do a query first, then we'll display the, but meanwhile we can go to this, go to widget functions, and go to info cards. Info cards are here. So info cards, we want to use info box 2, this one. So let's go to the code sample. Okay, like this one here, and copy it. Copy that. Let's go to the dashboard builder. So the dashboard builder here, we want to include that info card at the top. So we go to admin's top. So right here, we want to have an info card. Let's put it there. So we want to say active products. So let's say info box 2. So let's say active products. Right. Then we want to put the value there. The value of active products. So we needed to do a query here. Okay. So we want to do a query. Let's just try. So let's go to check the field properties first. The field properties for the products table. I want to see the actual name of that discontinued field. So here's the fields. So let's see orders. We want to, no, not orders, products, sorry. So we are going to products. See, discontinued is here. So discontinued, right? So let's try a query for active products. Active products. Select count. Select count everything from products where is equals to 0. So we want the products that are not discontinued. These are active products. So let's see. So we have 64 active products. So what we do is we want to just take this query here and place it here in there. So we say this. So you remember we are using the SQL value function. This is a default AdminLTE function that queries a value. So it will bring us the value of the active products. So this is the link. Here we are going to put the link for the filter. So let's just have it that as a hash for now. Then we want it to be 6 there. So that's it. So let's save this first and see. Right there. So want to see how it looks like. See that? So let's go back to the, I want to change the style. let's see how it looks like. So here it is, active products 64. So here is the count of the active products. So right now we want to do the filter now. Let's go to products table. Table here we want to do a filter where discontinued is not checked here. So filter, let's say discontinued equal to 0 because it's an integer value there. Then say save and apply filters. So you'll see it will bring 64 results here. So this is the query we want to actually now provide as a link to the card that we saved there. So let's do this. Let's copy the link here. So you just copy from here, from products, from the table name here up to there. Not really, just from products up to there. Yeah, so copy that. Then we go to dashboard builder. So here, so for the page, we want to say the page will be, you start with AdminLTE view.php, and you say page is equals to, so up to this point we are clear here. You start with this AdminLTE view.php, page is that. So the page parameter, page now will now provide in the URL that we have gotten from our filter. So here we want to concatenate we won't put it directly, we concatenate now. We want to URL encode that link that we have. You realize if you just put the link there directly without, like, let's say you just paste it here directly, it won't work because it won't be interpreted correctly. It will think it's part of this entire URL, so it will ignore some parameters, so the filter won't work correctly. So all you do is simple, just concatenate using that dot, then you use the function, concatenation function, that's URL underscore encode. You say that, then you put in your URL there. See, that's the filter that we have copied. You see, now we have it there. So we have it here. So you see URL encode that, then you put your query filter query there, URL there. That's done. Then you can say this one is success. Save code changes. Then we go to the dashboard and see. So the function is URL encode. So we save changes. It's not URL underscore encode, it's just URL encode. Does it. So we have active products there. Then click on it. Right, so when you click on it, you realize it will do the filter now. It applies the filter. Here is the filter. So, and we have 64 results. So let's going back to our dashboard builder there. So you see how we have done it on the page. So we just say you provide up to here. That is it. Then you encode the rest of the URL that you copied from the filter. So let's do the other one for discontinued products. So those are 10. So we'll come here and we'll basically just copy paste this and edit the query. Copy paste that and edit the query there. Copy. So here we shall say discontinued products. So the query just change here to 1. Then just change the color here. Then let's save it first. Let's check. So discontinued 10 products, the same thing we got from our query here. You see it works. So discontinued 10 products. So you just want to change now the filter query here. In fact, the filter query, we will just change a thing. Let's go here. If you look at the query here, it was 0. So here we just want to say 1. Should work the same thing. So if you go to the dashboard here, click on that, you'll see you have the discontinued products. Those are 10. So basically we have seen how to, so we can change the icons here. So using our icon picker, you can say if you want to active products, you can use that. Simple, this is simple. Dashboard builder there. Go to this icon, edit this. Then the other one is this one. I will say discontinued products. We'll use that. That's it. So we have our active products there and discontinued products. So this one you can have it display there. So these widgets you can have them displayed here, or you can create your custom pages, which we'll go to cover that later on to see how to use these widgets in other custom pages that we will create. But for now, this is how you use an info card function. So you see from our documentation here, you had the info card. So info card has different parameters. You provide the title first, the count of which you can use the query, or you can put manually. If your use case is different, you can manually put it there. Then the link of which you have seen how to do the link for the query. If it's not link for the query, just put the link directly there. Then the icon provide. Then the color, you can have variations from these variations that we do have there. The size of the box. Then the icon type is if you say default, the icon you'll provide the link to an image. If you say font awesome, then you'll provide the font awesome icon, right? So that's it. So we have our info cards there. So you can change the styling of this info cards depending on how you, because this is info card style 1, you can have 2, you can have 3. So it's just the function name that will change. Like let's try this. Let's try 2 for this one. Let's say 2. So you just change 2. It's 1, 2, 3. It's either of those 3. So let's say that. So you see 2 looks like this, right? Then this is 1. This is 3. So it's that simple. So let's get it back to 1. We move to the next thing. So it is that simple. Now we want to go to reports, right? We want to go to reports now. So we have this feature. This is a new feature that we have never covered before. It's called the reports builder. So reports builder, you realize that AppGenie has a reports builder plugin that is existing, and you may be asking yourself, why should I use it and not that? Of course, there are differences, but this one comes inbuilt. If there's a person who doesn't have that, because you have to buy it separately, and also you have to buy a Genie license separately. So those are two different things. But of course, there are a wide range of variations between the two, but they are not similar. This one just provides basic functionalities for quick basic reports. Like you can create a report that has a summary for count, average, sum, maximum, minimum. You can have a filter for the date. You can filter the data by date, and then you can search through the data that you have. But this one is a different, because on the Genie reports you can't search through the data that is rendered there. You cannot search through it. But this one you can search through it. You can print, of course, similar thing. You can print it, and also you can provide charts. In Genie you have only bar and pie chart. Here we have 3 charts. You can have bar chart, pie chart, and donut chart included on your report. Also, you can have a date field. You can provide the field, specify the field that you want to filter for. So like you see here, Quick Stop is our first customer with that number of total orders. So if you want to filter, maybe let's say you want to filter for a year, let's say 2019 between January 1st and let's say, so the other thing here, you have to filter on the calendar dates here. Say let's say 2019 June 30th. Right, let's apply the filters. So you see there's no data for that period. So we can try another date. Let's say 2020 2019 January 1st to 2020 December 31st. Okay, we have the data there. See, the data has changed. So the values also change depending on the period. So if you click on this, you'll see also the title will change here too, to show you the filter date reports. So total orders per customer from January 1st 2019 to December 31st 2020. So you can, if you click on this one here, it will show you now, it will filter by that customer and the date range. So the date range we have, so you see those are 18 orders for this particular customer between the date range that we specified. So that's basically how these reports work, right, with the filters and everything. So to create the reports is very simple. I'll just take you through the sample reports that I have already created here. So these are the reports page. You see them here. Then if you want to create a report, you come to this menu here, then go to reports builder. The reports builder, you'll see all your tables there, all your Genie generated tables will appear here, and you can now create a report for each of those tables as you wish. So let's see, for example, customers here. So you see we have customers per country, total sales per customer. So let's look at how this one looks. So you'll provide the report name, that's the customers per country, then say the label field. So what field do you want to look at? For this case is the country. We want to see for each country how many customers do we have. So we say country is the field that we want to look at. Then you say, is the label field a lookup? This field is not a lookup field, it's just a data field there. So it's no. But if it's a lookup field, we shall have other fields, but we shall look at that later. Then the summary is count. We want to count for each country how many customers we have. Then the other interesting thing is this filter operator, this label field filter operator. So you have the flexibility of choosing how you want that filter to work. If you click on it, how will it filter? So for this case we say equal to. So the country should be, whatever country that we have, equal to. So if you say not equal to, greater than or equal to, there are so many others. You can play around with them depending on your use case if you do want, but for now it's equal to. Then the groups that can access this report. So here you can provide the groups, enter the groups that can access this report separated by a comma, or use asterisk for all groups. So for this case we say admins, it's a group. Then include date filter, no, but if you say yes, you shall be asked for a date filter. So for this case, this table doesn't have any date field, so there's no date filter there. So include bar chart, you see yes, you can include a pie chart, you can include a donut chart. So the size of the card on the report list, so that is 6. So you can, if there are many, you can now resize them to your specific size. Then the color, you can also choose the color. For now is maroon, maybe if you want it dark. Then data table records per page, so this pagination, so you can specify how many records you want for on that data table. Maybe you say you want 20 per page, or 30 or 50, you can specify it here. Then you can have your custom where condition here. Maybe you want to specify maybe specific countries. Maybe you want United States, Germany and France, so you can specify here where country is that. Also we have a helper here to show you the fields that you can use for this where condition. So these are fields specific to that table, customers table. So you can just copy whatever you want here. If you want to use it, you can copy it and paste it there. Is equals to whatever you want there. You know, so say Germany. So you can put it there. Then show records based on user permission. So by default it will show all records by default. It won't show records based on the user permission. Like if you have a group, it just show all users for all records for that user in that group. But if you want to show for specific records for that user, you have access to these records, you can check this box. That is it. So then you can save your report changes. This you are editing a report, so you can save it. So once you do that, your report is created. So if you come to reports here, you'll find, you see we modified the color is dark now, so you'll see our data there. So for each country now we can see how many customers do we have for each country. That was a count of country. So we have, this is the data that we have. If you click on it, it will take you to that table and filter the customers in the United States. So that's simple, and the graph has shown down here. You can see if you have other you can have donut chart, pie chart, they'll all show there. But for now this is what we have. Is that simple? So that's how for the rest of the reports. So let's look at another report here. Orders. Yeah, so we have this one has an example that we want total orders per customer. So we have customers. Now we want to see how much, we want to see the total sum of the orders for each customer. So you see total orders per customer, then you say label field is customer. We want to see the customer. So this customer field is a lookup field to the customers table, right? Here we are on the orders table. So you'll say lookup field, label field is lookup field, you say yes. Then you come here and say label field position. Now this is a bit complicated, but as compared to the AdminLTE plugins, you don't do this. There is a way it just automatically knows behind the scenes, because it is using the XP file. Remember when you have to create reports in AdminLTE reports plugin, you import the XP file, changes done to it, blah blah blah. But here we don't use that. We just use the code that we already have in this application. So if you add new tables, they just automatically appear there on the reports list. If you remove a table, it just automatically. But in the other one, you have to go and import the XP file again to do that. So you'll find sometimes XP files, because you have to save it also and export it again to be used. So it's a bit hectic there. So but for now we just use the code that you have, so that you can just create your reports as you wish. Whether you change tables or not, you don't have to worry about anything. So that's why we ask you the label field position. So for example, this is the first field that is looking up to the customers table, and it's not an autofill field, autocomplete field. So for example, if we had some other thing like ship country, you see ship country here. Ship country is a lookup field to the customers table, but it's autocomplete, so the position will always be 1. Like this one, you see it's 1. So even if you used ship country here, the position will be 1. But for customer, it's not autocomplete, it's just a but if you have another one like ship country, if ship country was not autocomplete, auto-filled, now you could now count the position. Let's say we have 3 fields that look up to the customers table. So like this one is 1, and say ship city is 2, 3, 4. So you'll know their position, how they are arranged. But for this case is 1. Then the parent table is customers, of course, customers. Then it will bring the fields for that parent table. But for now we selected company name, we want per company name. The summary, we want sum. So if you choose sum, it will bring sum. If you choose count, it won't bring any fields, because count counts everything. But all the rest of the other fields, average, maximum, minimum, they do show. They'll bring you fields here. You can now filter any numeric fields. You have now, for this case, we just want total. See total. So you want total. You want the sum of the total, right? So equal to this filter operator. Then admins can access it. Then has date filter, yeah. So you can choose any other date. If you require the date, shipped date, you can choose whichever. But for now we are using order date. Then include a bar chart, donut chart. No, we don't want. Report size you can specify there. The color you can specify. The data table, records per page there. Everything is the same there. So that's, if you come to the reports here after saving your changes, you see total orders per customer. You now see those, right? Which we saw earlier how to do the filters. So if your report doesn't have a filter, this filter thing will not appear there. Like customers per country. See, this one doesn't have a filter, so it won't appear up there. It only appears if a filter is enabled and the filter field is selected. So that's it. Like this one, this report here, we did one for maximum units in stock. So you can see for each product we have its unit there. So you can actually just play around with it first, see how it works. It may not really work the way you expected. In some cases you'll find some challenges here and there, but let's see here. So we have product name. We want to do the maximum of units in stock, right? So equal to there, admins, no filter. We save changes. So let's go back to the reports. So now you can see here. So the maximum units in stock is 125 for this product, 123 for that. For all the products, you see the maximum units in stock. So this maximum is 125 units for that product. You see, this is it. So that field is not displayed on the table, but it's existing. So that's it for the reports. If you face any challenges creating reports, always feel free to reach me out via WhatsApp or email. So the next thing we are going to do is the custom pages. We want to create custom pages. So custom pages, we had highlighted earlier, allow you to create custom pages that can appear on this menu here, and you can have custom code in them or not. So for example, this one is a custom page that we created, but it doesn't have custom code that in this application. It has an external link. So if you click on it, it takes you to an external link. Like this one. See, it takes you to an external link. You can have whatever link you want. And we have another one here. This one, customers per country. This has now it doesn't have an external link. You have to put your code. So you can edit the code in this page. The entire thing, the way you want it displayed, you can edit that. So let's go to the custom pages builder here. So like this one, customers per country. So you have your pages will appear here. The created pages you have will appear here. You'll have a list of them. You can delete or edit. And then if you want to create a new page, you can just click here. Tell you, provide the page name, the page icon, of which this font awesome icon. So you can always use the picker, this picker here, or if you know it, you can just put it there. You provide it there. Table group. So you have table group. So for example, you see here we have sales, operations, and catalog. So you can have those three or none. Like this one you see is none, is not in any table group. So you can specify that. Then group page access. So which groups can access that page or the link on the nav menu. So like if you want all groups, you can say all. If you want admins, or you select multiple like that, you can do that for the groups that you do want. So then this is the page custom link. So if you provide a link here to an external page, like maybe you want them to go to somewhere or something else externally, like outside the system, you can provide the link here. So, and always make sure that your link is correct, so that when they click on it, it doesn't break. So provide the link there. Then if you provide a link here, the icon here, or the menu here will take you to the, you can see the link, takes you there. And for this other one, let's see this one. You see, you can edit the code. You see the page we went to, the customers per country. So we have the code here. So this code you can actually modify the whole of it to have whatever, anything that you want. So you see you have page title, page content. So you can edit it, and you can also edit the settings for that page. Like for example, you want to give access to other users, so you can always come and edit and say also staff can access the page. If you want to change the name of the page, you can change it. Or you want to convert it to an external link, you can just edit and provide it and save changes. So it's that simple. So for example, this one, page title. So you see we have this one here, that customers per country, right? So let's assume we want to create this. We want to take this thing, these widgets that we created, we want to put them there. So the creation of those widgets is the same way you used in the dashboard builder, is the same way, same way you'll do in the. So you can even copy the whole of this, copy all of that, and go to our custom page, customers per country, edit, and put it there, and save changes. So the changes will be saved. Now if you go to our page, where is the page here? If you go to our page, you see we have the code that we put there is there. So you can have anything, even let's say you want to have the charts and these ones there. So you can just, so the same way we build those charts and the widgets, you can put. So plus you can have any other code that you want. It's not limited only to these things alone. You can have any other thing, any custom. If you have forms, you have other things that you wish to put there, any code, PHP code, JavaScript, anything that you wish, you can always have it there. So let's put this here. No, what are we doing? This is going to the custom pages builder, edit this and put our code there, save our code changes. So you can have anything and everything in that page. So you go to, it is located there, you see it shows everything that we have. So if you do wish to have any other thing, custom code, it gives you the freedom. So the good thing is you can assign this access to this page through other users who can access it, and you can also group it in this group or not. So let's say we remove it from operations group, we go to this builder, we edit and say we want it to be in no group here. See, it's on operations, let's say none, save changes. So you'll see that it now comes out, you see it's not in that table group. So you see you have that. So you can even change the name to have some other name you want, maybe whatever dashboard, or let's say admins dash super admins, or auditor dashboard, or accountant dashboard, anything that you wish, right? Let's say accounts dashboard, You can change the name here. Change the name, edit, say accountant dashboard. You can even change the icon there. Let's look for a dashboard icon. Let's put it here like that and save changes. So you see now, here it is, accountant dashboard. Everything remains the same. You see the code here, so you can do whatever you want here. So if the group, your accountant has a group, then you assign that page to them. They'll see it on this menu here. You can see that link, so they can access it. Yeah, so it's that simple. You can have all the things that you want. Let's say if you have your custom code you want to put there. Let's say you want to do something here, like let's do H1. Let's say not there. Let's write a code there, say accountant dashboard. So that will be saved. So if you go to our dashboard here, you see it appears there. So anything that you want, that's basically how the. So another thing we added was this scroll to top, this one. So you realize that if your page has a lot of content, you'll have to scroll a lot to go back to the top. But with this thing here, this floating button, if you click on it, it goes back to the top. So that's another functionality addition that we had, that you can have it there. And I think that's it. We have had a look at the custom pages. We have had a look at the reports. We had a look at the info cards. So that's it. So basically, we have now had a full, complete overview of how you can use different things and how to set up and use your AdminLTE plugin. So in the future, we are planning to release other templates. Like, of course, the functionality will remain the same, but this one, you see, it's built on top of AdminLTE template. For example, this one here. So we are planning in future to use some other templates. If you like, or you see a template that you wish to see in future, you could suggest it. Like, for example, we have here, let's see like this one. For example, we decide that we are going to use this template. We could have it now as a new product now. Of course, this AdminLTE will remain. Now we will release another one. Let's say architects. So we say Admin Architects plugin. So you see the UI is different, and the functionality and the user experience is different. So it's just a matter of changing now to that. So also it will give you a wide array of themes to use for your projects. So maybe you may not want all your projects just to have the same tests. Maybe you wish to have a different test for different projects. So I'll be planning to start working on other templates as well. That will take some time, but as soon as I release the next one, I'll notify you so that we can have Admin Architects, for example, plugin. That's a different UI, because you see different UIs have different components and different look and feel. So that is the next part. But for now, we will be focusing on polishing up this one, this AdminLTE that we have, all the issues that you do have, so that when we start releasing the others, to be easier now, just inheriting functionality to the rest of the templates that we'll do have. So that's it. So I've also added this documentation link here. I just forgot to mention that. If you go to, like, let's say the dashboard builder, you'll see the documentation link is here. So if you do want to have the documentation here, like you can't remember the link, you see this link, you can't remember it, now you can always just click here and it'll take you directly to the documentation page, so you can read about any new features or functionalities that we have. I'll always be updating them here. So the other thing I'm almost forgetting is under AdminLTE settings, general settings, you'll see that we have custom pages here. So once you update this template to the latest version, you have to install updates. Always install updates, right? So it will run new updates or functionalities that we have packaged there. So if it is installing them to the Genie files or something, do that. Then after doing that, for example, you want to enable now custom pages. You have custom pages. So if you say no, for example, say no, save changes. So that means our custom pages won't be, they have disappeared. They were here, they have disappeared because we have not enabled them. So you can enable or disable them, but they're still there. So maybe temporarily you don't want them there for some reason. Maybe you want to work on them still first internally, like you see, you can still continue, you can continue as well. Custom pages builder, you can continue editing your code here. Let's say you don't want to release it yet to people, or it to be available on the menus for any user. So you can still work on your code for your pages. Then when you feel you are done, you can now enable them for your case. You can even enable it for admins or for your group only. Let's say you want only the admins to see, so that you can preview it as you build the page first. Then you can later on to the settings, you can enable the pages. So if you do this, yes, and save changes, the pages will be back, so it can be available on the menu there. So that's it. It's that simple and clear. So thank you very much for following through. In case there is anything that I've forgotten to cover, I'll always be releasing now other short videos to cover a few things or tips and tricks here and there. If you do have any suggestions for the same, you realize the past 3 videos have been long, more than 30 minutes to 1 hour long, so because we are covering the core basic functionalities. But right now we have, I think, finished, so the rest of the videos will be shorter and clear to a specific feature that we are covering. Maybe if it's a specific feature we have released, just that. But thank you very much. Goodbye.